Hey there, people. So we hit 15,000 subscribers, and some of you are new to this, but I like to say we. I think this is our channel. You know, I might be making the videos, but it's you that are making the difference around here. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, I've always been lost for words. Every new milestone for this channel is so incredible. Um, I still don't know what to say, but besides the 15,000 subscribers, we're also just about to hit 4 million views on this channel right now as well. So that's a serious combo. Those are both big milestones, I think, and it's all thanks to all of you watching the videos and all of your support. You know, your likes, your comments, everybody who's subscribed, everybody who's watched. Thank you so much. This is really making a difference in my life, and the bigger difference it makes for the channel, the bigger, more things that I can do for this channel. So this is huge. And speaking of which, we've just finished the first week of doing 5 videos in 1 week, and I plan to do 5 videos every week, at least for the summer. I'm going to see how it goes, and hopefully, probably, I think, but hopefully we'll keep that going after the summer as well. I had originally planned to do that last summer, and it just didn't turn out. The channel just wasn't big enough at that time for me to devote that much attention to it, but it's getting there now, right? So yeah, I mean, it's still not my primary income. I still have a business, for those who don't know, and welcome to all the new people who don't know everything about the channel already, but yeah, I do have, you know, a business which is still my primary income, but this is actually becoming big enough that I can now do things like 5 videos a week, in the hope that at least soon it might become my main income, at least. And that's, I mean, how crazy is that? How amazing is that? Yeah, and so June was a new record for the channel in terms of like everything, I guess, really, but even in terms of money and stuff. I'd been making about 800 a month on the channel starting in February, which is incredible in itself. But June, actually just over 1,200, and of course that's Canadian. But yeah, I mean that's to the point where that's almost a third of my income actually. It's more like a quarter, I guess. But yeah, it's getting there. Like that's a major portion of my income, which means more resources, more time I can devote to the channel, and that's what we're seeing, right? So that's why I've started doing 5 videos a week. And let's be honest, like a lot of those videos are not ones that everybody wants to see, like the ones me just playing with my friends other games are not that popular. Obviously most of you are here for the Terraria videos, and you know, that's not going to change anytime soon, don't worry. I just like to play a variety of games, and that's why I post videos of a variety of games, and also just gameplay videos are easier, but the Terraria guides are not going anywhere. That's going to be basically the same frequency it's always been. I've just moved the day. I used to do my guides on Mondays, and now I'm doing them on Thursdays. So same basic idea, though, that basically 2 out of every 3 weeks I'll be doing Terraria guides, and the third week I'll do the multiplayer video. That happens to be this week, so this Thursday it's going to be one of my multiplayer with my friends videos. But you know, I know some of you enjoy that stuff too. Obviously the guides are the biggest draw, and speaking of which, I'm considering doing guides for other games as well. I'm only doing 1 guide a week, mostly because it's very time consuming. It's a lot more work to do one of those than to do a gameplay video, because a gameplay video, I just sit down and play a game, whether it's by myself or with my friends. You know, there's some editing involved, and I've tried to put a little more work into the editing the last week or two as well. You may have seen that with my Left 4 Dead 2 video, with the PUBG PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds video yesterday. I've been trying to cut those up a little more and try to focus on the more interesting, entertaining parts of our gameplay, because I know, like, in the past I've kind of just dumped, you know, the gameplay video sort of as is, with fairly minimal editing, and editing takes a fair bit of time too, but it's not that big a deal. So I'm just kind of experimenting with that. You guys can let me know what you think Whether, you know, yesterday's PUBG video and Friday's Left 4 Dead 2 video were better than previous videos for those games, or videos for other games for that matter. Let me know what you think of that. But that's what I tried to do with both of those, actually. Those are the two most recent videos until now. So I just spent a little more time doing editing and trying to refine it a little bit to make it a little better video, a little more entertaining, and kind of keep the action going for you guys. So let me know what you think. But yeah, those kind of videos, you know, I really appreciate those of you who do watch those and check them out. And I know some of you do like them. I think there's a fair number of people who don't even look at them just because it's not what they're here for, and that's okay. But by all means, I encourage you to check them out. My friends and I have a lot of fun, and I really enjoy making those ones. They're enjoyable to do. So, you know, check them out if you haven't. But anyway, yeah, the Terraria stuff's not going anywhere. The guides are not going anywhere. If anything, I'm thinking if I get into making more guides for other games, that would be like that third week where I'm not doing a Terraria guide. Maybe I could do a guide for something else instead. I'm still kind of just getting into this 5 videos a week thing, and it is a little bit challenging. My whole plan was to like basically get 5 videos ready a week ahead of time so that I'm not doing them all last minute. I haven't gotten there yet. I haven't edited today's video yet. Yesterday's video I edited yesterday, and that's basically been it. Almost every day I've recorded the video the same day or edited the video the same day, whichever one it is. And I'm trying to get ahead of that, and I'm hoping this week I'll manage to get at least a little bit ahead of that, but I guess we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping, especially because I'm not doing a guide this week, that this might be the week that I can get ahead of it a little and have things prepared a little more ahead of time. But life is busy. My life is very busy, and that's a challenge too. And speaking of which, you may have noticed I talked about getting new artwork. Artwork is not here yet, but it's coming. I'm just talking with the guy who is doing it, and he's had some very busy life stuff as well. So he basically volunteered to do it for me really cheap. So I'm in no position to complain. I'm not going to. I'm not that worried about it. But yeah, just it's coming. But don't worry. I'm just not rushing it. That's all. But it's going to be pretty good when it comes, I think. The logo he did for me is amazing, honestly. So I'm really looking forward to it whenever it's ready. And that's a whole other thing. And yeah, it's been a bigger gap between this video and previous subscriber updates because it's a bigger number of subscribers that I waited to do a video this time. I did the last one at 12,500. I'd done 10,000, 11,000, 12,500, and now this is 15,000. So that gap has grown with each of the last 2 videos. I was doing them every 1,000, from 1,000 to 11,000 actually. And so I let that gap grow a little, and I was like, well, how long is it going to take? And it hasn't been that long, has it? Yeah, it's the rate of growth has been incredible, and of course the whole Steam sale thing. It's funny because those aren't like my most well-liked videos, but they usually get a bit of attention, and the latest Steam sale video was a new record breaker as far as that too. It got more than triple the views that any of my previous Steam sale videos did, and I'm not gonna lie, I do that as quickly as I can. I don't put a whole lot of work into my Steam sale videos simply because it's actually a bigger benefit just to get it out quickly. And a lot of people are searching for, you know, Steam sale as soon as the Steam sale starts. And so as soon as I can get that out after the sale starts, the better off it's going to do. And some people actually make videos about the Steam sale before the Steam sale even begins, which is kind of sketchier to me. I've kind of developed it. It's almost a template. I'm still refining it. But yeah, just sort of behind the scenes. Honestly, I do the Steam sale thing just because it's easy. It gets some attention for the channel. And I think it is valuable. It's not like I'm just throwing out complete trash, but I do kind of a general video to describe the sale for people who are new and to go over deals for people who are looking for that. And one thing that I learned this time is I really should put in a timestamp to skip ahead to the deals for the people who already know about the sale, but I like to describe it for the people who don't. So anyway, that's a total aside and a completely irrelevant topic to probably most of you, but it's in case you wonder why I do that and why I do it the way I do. There you go. But yeah, I'm gonna keep cranking out the Terraria guides because that's what most of you are here for, and I have so many topics still to cover. It's crazy. And every time I think that I'm getting anywhere near running out of topics, I think of like entire new, you might say, genres of ideas to do guides about. I have no idea when I would even run out of stuff to do for the game because I just started doing loadout guides, and of course there's only like 4 or 5 classes. You can argue about that one. And so yeah, I mean I'll do the rest of the classes. I did the Ranger first because that's what I play normally. And so yeah, I mean that's not a lot of videos right there, but I still have, you know, all this and best that. That's been an ongoing thing with the channel. I mean, I stumbled into that one too because I basically made a swords guide, and honestly, it wasn't even about like absolutely the best swords. It was like, oh, there's this whole progression with the Terrorblade, and I threw some other stuff in there, and like I could have done a lot better if I had really known what I was doing at the time with the swords guide, but it basically showed me, and I didn't even do anything more like that for almost a year, or it was more than 10 months, I think. But that had been such a consistently popular video and had been doing so well that it's like, I should do more of these. And so that's where, you know, more recently I've been doing a whole series of those kind of videos, and sure enough, that's what's driven the channel as much as anything. So I still have a lot of topics I can do those videos about. I still have a lot of other ideas as well. You know, something else that other people have done that I haven't done is like top 5s and top 10s. I'm going to want to look at doing some shorter format kind of videos because, of course, some people don't like my 20 or 30-minute videos on something that they think is supposed to be a simple topic because I go so in depth. And so at some point I'll probably go the other way as well and try to do something shorter and quicker. Like top 5s or something, and there's so many other things. Like, again, no end in sight for the guides, so don't worry about that. Those are going to keep coming. And yeah, speaking of keeping things coming, I'm still making videos from the LAN party that I had with my friends last September. I still have a fair bit of content from the LAN party because we literally just played games all weekend, and even a day or two past it actually. Because no, it wasn't even a long weekend. I'm thinking, did somebody take a day off or something? But anyway, yeah, like 2 or 3 of us played like the day before and the day after. So yeah, it was crazy how many, like just how much we played games that weekend. And that's, my friends and I have actually always done that. It had been quite a while since we had last done that. I wish I had, you know, been recording this stuff years ago. I could have grown this channel so much sooner because my friends and I have done this for years and years and years, like more than a decade. We've been having LAN parties together. We've been playing online together and so on. If I'd done this sooner, I'd probably be a millionaire by now. But yeah, we're speaking of keeping things going. I'm possibly having another LAN party in August. It's going to depend. My wife may have some travel plans with the kids, and while they're away, that's what I might do. So, so it's kind of in the very preliminary stages. I don't even know if it's happening for sure yet, but if that happens, that's going to be like content for another year for videos and stuff. And meanwhile, like we've been recording on weekends sometimes, just like we just play for fun and anyway, more or less. And if anything, the fact that I have a channel gives me an excuse to play as far as my family is concerned, my wife and kids. And I mostly do it when my wife's working. She works weekends sometimes. And if she's working on the weekend, obviously, you know, I'm not spending time with her, and the girls like to just watch TV anyway. So that's when I do recordings. And that's where like we have a ton of PUBG content and some other Battle Royale games. We played like 4 different Battle Royale games, Fortnite. Realm Royale, and TabG, Totally Accurate Battlegrounds. So I have a ton of content from all those games, particularly PUBG, and actually we ended up playing quite a bit of TabG, Totally Accurate, on a weekend or two ago. So I have a fair bit of that as well. I have a bit of Fortnite and a bit of Realm Royale. So basically that's where the Monday stuff is going to come from for the next, I don't know how long. As long as people keep watching it, I'll keep putting it out. I have a ton of stuff recorded, and as I did with yesterday's, because I have so much recorded, I'm trying to do a better job of editing it so that it's a better video for y'all to watch. But yeah, there's no end in sight as far as content. I actually have a huge backlog of stuff recorded, and so the schedule that I'm doing now, the new schedule which I published in the community post recently, Mondays is basically going to be that battle royale stuff for the time being. Just I have a lot of it, and I think a lot of there's a fair bit that's fairly good. It's not all great, but there's a fair bit that's great, and I'm going to try to edit it down to the good stuff. So, and then Tuesdays, I'm doing my expert Terraria playthrough. I actually went ahead and recorded a fair bit of that all in one day. So that's what I'm putting out for now, and when it gets close to the end, I'll record some more. That's basically how I'm approaching that. It makes it a lot easier. I basically took one morning and recorded for like 3 hours, and that's gonna be a fair number of episodes right there, and we'll just keep it going, on an as-needed basis, because recording every week is a lot tougher than sitting down and recording for 3 hours one week, and so that's the way I go about it. Wednesdays are actually one of my challenges right now, because I decided to do the Whatever Wednesdays, where I try different games, and it's a great excuse to try different games, and I love trying different games. But the thing is, I do have to record every one of those separately, because different game, different recording, and I have to find the games to record because I want to do indie games mostly. But a lot of those, they don't have like policies, and that's a big thing on YouTube. You have to watch your copyright stuff. You have to have permission from the owners of the game to record. If you don't have permission, you can get yourself in trouble, and that's why I don't cover certain games, because certain games they don't give permission, or certain games they don't make it clear, or you have to ask, or so on. So that's a bit of a challenge with my Wednesday stuff. There are certain, larger indie studios, let's say, that have given blanket permission, and so that's an easy route. I also have some multiplayer stuff from games that have given permission, which I guess if I'm in a pinch, if you see a multiplayer video on a Wednesday, it's probably because I was in a pinch, at least for the next little while. I do want to, as I think I mentioned, I'm not sure if it was in my last video. I think it was in my last video, my last subscriber update. Although, I don't think I did a community post about it, but I've been considering setting up like a couch gaming kind of situation so that I can have my friends over and we can play some games together, just sitting in front of the TV basically, but probably Steam games to start with. But I do want to get into maybe Nintendo stuff as well. I'll probably have to do that on a separate channel because of the way Nintendo does stuff. You have to have your own separate partnership with Nintendo, so that's a whole, and that's why I haven't ever done Nintendo games. I do like Nintendo games. I've played them since the 80s with the original Nintendo, but yeah, so I want to do that kind of stuff as well. It's just that's all more complicated. I have to do a whole separate setup just to be able to record it. So I'll do that probably first, do some Steam games through that first, and then eventually, maybe get a Switch and whatever else I need to record Nintendo games. Like, I'm not talking just Switch games, but going back to their old games as well, because I played them anyway. So yeah, and I'd like to do that stuff, mostly multiplayer, because that's actually the biggest reason that I still play Nintendo games, because I love their multiplayer stuff. Mario Kart and Smash Brothers, like those are awesome, right? But even going back to like Super Mario Brothers games for the original Nintendo, sit down with somebody and play through it, whether it's taking turns, but that's fine. I want to, I'd love to have that kind of content as well, but that's probably going to have to be a separate channel. And anyway, yeah, the guides are Thursdays, and I'm trying to get them planned further ahead and recorded further ahead. That's going to be my biggest challenge right now, probably, because the guides are time consuming, in that there is so much planning and there's a bit of prep work to get items and stuff, do some farming from time to time. And yeah, thankfully I played through the game already, so I have a lot of the items and stuff, but there's always gaps. There's stuff that I don't have, and then I have to farm for it. And, sometimes if I don't have time, I just use an editor. I don't mind admitting that. I do try to get them if it's reasonable to do so at all. Most of them I do get legitimately, but yeah, so yeah, that's a challenge. And then the Friday stuff actually is pretty easy. Friday stuff is mostly still stuff from the LAN party, honestly. So the Monday Battle Royale stuff we've been recording on weekends. The Friday stuff is still from the LAN party last September, mostly at least. So there you go. I mean, that's basically where all my videos come from. And yeah, like we played Left 4 Dead 2, we played Doom, we played Quake, we played Unturned, and a few other things, all at that LAN party last September, and I still have that stuff, and I'm still putting that out. And that's even part of the reason that I finally went to 5 videos a week, because I talked about doing it last summer, and at the time I was like, where am I going to get enough time to record all this? And that was ultimately the reason why I kind of canceled my plan to do 5 videos a week last summer, because it was like, you know what, I'm not making, at the time I was not really making money on the channel almost at all. So I couldn't justify taking my attention completely away from my actual business where I was making real actual money and putting it all to the YouTube channel where I was not really making money. I just couldn't justify that at the time. And I also, because it would have literally required me to take all of my working time basically to record videos. And now I actually have so much stuff recorded that I can use that's ready to go. And so most of my videos each week are actually coming from stuff that's already recorded. So there you go. And that's why I'm able to do this now. And also my wife's work schedule, again, I'm able to record on weekends with my friends. Not all the time, but it's about half of the weekends really that I can record. And when we record like hours. So if anything, I'm probably getting more material than I can even use at this point. And, it's almost a year since our last LAN party. I've still been using that stuff. I've still got a fair bit of it left. And hopefully we're going to have another one soon. So content is less of a challenge now as far as just having stuff, but the specific stuff like the trying new games and the guides, that's a little more time consuming. It's a little harder to do. I do still have a business, so I can't really do it any other way anyway. I'm already taking 2 or 3 days a week to devote to the channel basically. And yeah, I mean, obviously that's not going to help my business either, but the channel's been growing fast enough that I can kind of justify it. It's sort of still iffy. I'm still not doing any favors to my real business, my real job, which is still the main one for now. So I'm hoping this becomes my main one soon. But you guys have really saved me on that, because the channel has grown so fast, and I am getting some money in at this point. It's still, I'm still like sort of on the edge here, but we're doing well enough, and obviously I'm feeling happy about it, so I'm optimistic. I hope it keeps up, because if it doesn't, I'd probably be in trouble. But yeah, you know what, we're good, and that's all thanks to you guys. So I think I should probably just end it there. I tend to go on and on and on in these videos, and I've told you most of my plans previously, so I just want to end with thank you again. Thank you, each and every one of you. I do want to hear from you if there's something you want to see, if you have feedback on videos, if you have ideas for games I should play or guides I should do maybe for other games particularly, because I have a lot of ideas for Terraria, but I'm glad to hear ideas for that too. I've had some great ideas from some of you for those as well, and I've made some guides based on your ideas for Terraria. But again, if there are other games you want to see, guides you want to see, topics for those maybe, I'd love to hear that stuff as well. So, let me know in the comments anytime. Doesn't have to be now, but comments on this video, obviously it's topical. So anyway, just want to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't worry. I'm going to be here. I'm going to keep at this, and we're going to, I really hope we're going to keep growing, and someday maybe this thing's going to be huge. I don't know. I've said before, I want to bring my friends in on this. I want to expand this. I want to even do multiple channels. Maybe they'd have their own channels, different channels for different things, as I say, like Nintendo games. Might even do like a vlogs channel, give you guys a glimpse into certain aspects of my life, at least. I don't know, behind the scenes videos or whatever. I don't know. Tell me what you want to see. But yeah, I mean, I want to keep this thing growing, and I want, hopefully you'll all come along for the ride, and I really appreciate all the support. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I guess I'll end it there. I'll see you next time. Thinking maybe I'll do one at 17,500. I wasn't sure whether I would or not. Let me know whether you think I should do that as well, 17,500. I'm definitely going to do one at 20,000, obviously, because that's another really big milestone, and this one feels like a big milestone. Obviously 10,000 was the sort of the biggest milestone, because that's 5 digits, but 15, 20. Wow, and the channel's growing fast. So thank you, thank you, thank you, and that's it for now. See you next time. Bye for now.